White bar tape. It looks fantastic when you first put it on. And of course pros use it and they've got their personal mechanics to rewrap it or clean it after each and every use. Inevitably though, after you get a puncture out on a ride and you have greasy hands, you ride back home, it soon starts to look fairly old and grimy like the stuff we've got on here. So what is the best way to get this looking like new again? Well, a quick search on the internet reveals a few different methods that people out there use. So we're going to try 3 of the common ones today. First of all, we're going to use a bucket of hot soapy water and a sponge. Then we're going to use some toothpaste, whitening toothpaste with a toothbrush. And finally, we're going to use some nanotech product from our partners at Muck-Off along with their sponge as well. We're going to see how this looks at the end of it. And before we start, I know that the easiest thing to do is put black bar tape on, but I prefer this. And let's face it, the black bar tape is still dirty and grimy. You just can't see it. Okay, first up, I'm going to attempt to clean these drop part of the handlebars with my soapy water and sponge. Now these aren't quite as grimy as the top part here because I do spend the majority of my time riding on the hoods. I'm just going to grab my sponge and go round the bar, turning it in the direction that the bar tape is on, otherwise you risk loosening it slightly. Struggling a little bit of a couple of marks I've got on there. Well, it's better than it was, but you can see particularly greasy parts like that and whatever this is here, it looks almost like some sort of rust that it's been up against. It hasn't been able to get off and it's still quite grimy around that bit. Right, method number 2. I have to admit I have never tried before toothpaste and a toothbrush. Going to wet the bar tape slightly first, I think. And where we've got the hoods up, you can see just how white it was when it was new. That should be enough. Well, it's minty. I'll give it that. Around here though, it's really grimy. Right, just going to give this a rinse off with my soapy water. Well, I've been at it twice now, and again, a bit like the soapy water, it's certainly better than it was, but it doesn't look like new. Right, let's try method number 3 then. Some actual, the proper cleaning equipment, bike specific. Trying to rinse it off with my hot soapy water. Well, I think it's safe to say that both sides are far better than they were when we started this video, and also that this side is slightly closer to the way it looked like when it was new than the right side there. One thing that is worth pointing out though is that if you do own and use white bar tape, the best thing to do is to clean it very regularly indeed. And that's something which I haven't done deliberately for the purposes of this video. I haven't cleaned this tape for over 4 weeks of riding. Now, if you would like to see how to do a very thorough entire bike clean with Cy over 30 minutes, you can click just up in the corner there. Alternatively, if you would like to see a pro team mechanic teach you how to wrap bar tape in the first place, you can find that in the bottom corner down there. Or to subscribe to the Global Cycling Network, all you have to do is click on the globe. And if you've enjoyed this video, why not give it the thumbs up down below.